What's up guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a full-length review on these wireless microphones I found off of Amazon. They are $169. The link to them is down in the description if you want to check them out after this video. The audio you hear right now are not from those microphones. Just a disclaimer, they are not. They are from the Wireless Go 2. So with that, let's get into the video. Okay, so as I'm sure you guys noticed, I did not pronounce the name of these microphones in the intro of this video, mainly because I cannot pronounce it. It's a hard word for me to pronounce. I will put it up here. If you can pronounce that, congratulations, that is the name of the word. That's pretty awesome that you could say it. Either way, the first thing I'm gonna go over are the specs of these microphones. Just remember they are $169 instead of Wireless Go 2, which are $300. So these are a direct competitor of those. So keep that in mind as I go over these specs and as I go over what I like and dislike about these microphones. So with that, these do have two transmitters, which is nice. A lot of microphones only had one transmitter. These have two. So if you want to do an interview with two people with one receiver plugged into your camera, you could do that. Simple. It'll record right channel, it'll record one transmitter, and then the left channel, it will record the other transmitter, which is really nice. Here they are, all three. Pretty sweet that you could do that. So if you want to record an interview or anything with two people, you can do that. So that's nice. It has a stereo mode, which you can separate it like I just said, and it also has a mono mode, which means you can mix it all in one, which I wouldn't recommend, especially if you have the option to do stereo mode. I would not recommend doing mono mode if you could do stereo mode. So there is that, and the way you switch it from stereo to mono is this has a little settings button. You hold that down for 3 seconds and it will switch from stereo and then it will switch to mono. The screens, really all they do is the battery life, and it shows you when there's levels. It really don't do much more than that. It also will show you which channel you're on, which I guess is nice. Every single device has a screen. They are really kind of hard to tell the difference on which one's which. The way I tell is the receiver has a headphone jack. The transmitters do not have a headphone jack, which is nice. You know, the M50, right, does not have a headphone jack, so you really can't monitor audio with the M50. But with this receiver, you can kind of monitor audio. I don't want to say you can fully, because once it goes into the camera, right, you really can't tell. I mean, this jack on this camera, it's not messed up, but it could be messed up, and you won't be able to tell that it's recording messed up audio because you're plugged into this, which it literally stops here. It ain't gonna tell you what's going into the camera. But it is nice to be able to monitor the audio, you know, because you couldn't monitor it at all if you didn't have that. So it is nice, but it ain't 100% concrete feature. So there is that, but it is nice. So yeah, these things have stereo and mono mode. Definitely want to keep that in mind, which is nice. Also, the battery life, it has a 600 milliamp hour battery, which equivalents to about 4 hours is what they say on their website. In my testing, it's only lasted 3 hours and 15 minutes, which honestly, in my opinion, is terrible. Definitely not long enough. The Wireless Go 2, they go about 7.5 hours, and then you could plug it into a battery and go the rest of the day, which 7.5 hours is a very long time to these 3 hours and 15 minutes. But it does have the same feature of the Wireless Go 2. Once they start getting low, you could plug it into a battery, USB-C. That's another thing, it does have USB-C, every device. So yeah, USB-C, plug it into a battery, put it in your pocket, make sure the battery's little enough so it don't bother you when you're using it, and then it will continue to charge and you will get a few more hours on that as well, depending how big your battery is. Okay, so before I go any further in this video, I do want to get out one of the main specs that they talk about on their website. The main thing that they brag about is how far it will go from the camera, the distance. It says on their website that it will go 160 feet. From my experience, I had it at 120 feet, which I'm gonna show you a little video clip here to show you how far I had it and what it sounded like. So it will go 120 feet and it sounds like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that video now. I'm sure you can see me as a little speck, but I am all the way back here. If it's crystal clear, if it's still really clean audio, that is very impressive. But I'm just gonna say a few sentences here. My daughter is behind the camera. She just stepped back there. Okay, so that was 120 feet away from the camera and the receiver. You've seen how it sounds. It wasn't that great. They are claiming 160 feet. I doubted to get that far, but that's what they claim. As you've seen, that was 120 feet. It was literally, I will put up a little thing here on Google Maps to show you exactly how far it was. It was 120 feet, maybe 121. So their distance claim is really not that great. I know the Wireless Go 2, I did the same exact test and this is what it sounded like, the audio on the camera. But the cool thing about these Wireless Go 2, okay, so as you've seen, it sounded really good. The quality was amazing. And I did not use the audio that was on the transmitter. That was straight from the camera. I did not pull that audio from the transmitter, which I could, which is a really good feature that the Wireless Go 2 has, which I could have used that, but I didn't because I wanted to show you the distance. The Wireless Go first generation would not have made it that far. It would have cut out way quicker than that. But on their new ones, the Wireless Go 2, which is what I'm using right now, their distance has gotten a lot better. So with that, I want to go ahead and tell you why I recommend not purchasing these Amazon microphones. And the main reason is because they're literally unusable. I'm sure you heard in that 120 feet little test I did right there, it sounded really bad. But what if I told you it sounds that bad up close too? No matter what you do, there's gonna be a little static. No matter what you do, there's gonna be popping going on. Like, I tried to shoot all of this, what I'm saying right here, with these Amazon microphones. I tried to shoot everything I'm shooting right here. I did, honestly, I did shoot all this. This is my second time filming this video, but it was so bad I had to switch to my Wireless Go 2 microphones and reshoot everything so you guys could hear me and it'd be good experience, you know, while you're watching the video, because these will not give you a good experience. I'm gonna go ahead and show you some of that footage now so you can see the difference. So it does come with 2 transmitters for 2 people, which is nice. I know about a year and a half ago, they really didn't have this feature on a lot of microphones, but now it seems like almost every microphone you buy, you could have 2 transmitters where you could record 2 people. That's one of the things that I loved about. Okay, so honestly, do I have to say any more about these microphones? You hear the difference. It's really terrible. This room is not a perfectly sound room. I mean, I don't have sound pads everywhere, but you hear that the Wireless Go 2 honestly sound great. They sound okay here. They sound better than the other ones. I mean, they could sound better, but they sound great compared to these. That audio was terrible. I can't believe, like, I wish I had somebody monitoring my audio the whole time whenever I was recording, because I literally wasted all that time. So imagine if you were doing anything professionally, it would suck, it would be bad. And it's like, it sounds like I have a cold, even though I don't have a cold. I had to turn the bass up to even make it sound halfway. It's all highs, it's literally treble the whole time. It has no low end. I literally use the same exact lapel microphone I'm using here on these. So honestly, it's a bad experience. Bad battery life, bad audio, bad distance, and the screens on these make no sense. They do have 36 channels. I did go through all 36 channels because on their website it says it gives you all these things to do to make sure you get the perfect sound quality. I literally did all of them and did everything I possibly could to make sure I gave it the benefit of the doubt. Did everything I know to do to get good sound quality, and it did not work. The sound quality was still terrible. So I mean, just don't purchase these because you will be wasting $169. You don't want to waste your money. I'm sure you could just return them, but why go through the hassle when I'm telling you they sound bad? You heard it for yourself. I mean, you see the battery life is not good. It literally says on their website the battery life's terrible. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Please don't buy these microphones. They're terrible. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell notification, and I will see you in the next video.